Welcome to a new fragrance review video where we will not review any fragrance. Today I'm going to tell you 10 facts that you probably or might not know about fragrance. So, first fact, and I've got many sources from that. I'm not going to show my source, you just have to believe me. So the first thing is where perfume comes from. Perfume actually comes from Latin, and my source all say different stuff on what exactly the word were, but it's either perfumus or perfumum or something like that, and mean basically through the smoke. Because before having those nice little spray that you put all over yourself, people were putting stuff that smelled good and put the smoke into them of those things that smell good, and this is how they were kind of perfuming themselves. Fact number 2, putting perfume in your hair is kind of a two-edged sword. It's bad for your hair because of the alcohol content, but it actually might help you to have it project more. Of course, if you have short hair like me, it won't really help at all, but if you have longer hair, you move your hair move and everything, and it helps for the projection. In 1921, they made a perfume for cigarettes. It was called Habanita. It was made by Molinrad. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing it well, and basically they were putting this in cigarettes so they smell better. A lot of the smell in perfume, and number 4, I'm sorry, I'm gonna lose my count. Number 4, a lot of the ingredients in perfumery are actually synthetic, and you probably already know it, but often when you smell something that smells natural, doesn't mean it's natural. It might be synthetic ingredient that just happens to be well made and smell natural. So smelling bad and cheap doesn't mean it's synthetic ingredient. I mean, usually yes, but it doesn't mean like this is synthetic and when it smells good and refined, it's natural ingredients. And there are some examples for that. I would go with Dior Sauvage, for example. People say it smells super good, but it's mostly aroma chemical. I would say that probably the pepper is a real essential oil, but everything else is aroma chemical. I would say that most likely if you have bergamot in your fragrance, it's an aroma chemical no matter how natural it smells. When you wear a perfume, that perfume might attract insects, and if you go outside, the mosquitoes and everything, especially if it's a floral smell, I can see, but I mean pretty much anything. In fact, if you wear a perfume, you're most likely gonna have insect on you, and especially those nasty mosquitoes. When you try different perfume, usually you come to a point where you have trouble to smell stuff, and you shouldn't really try that many perfume anyway. At one point you should stop, but if you want to keep going for many reasons, let's say you still want to try 2 other fragrances, which one you're gonna buy, something like that, a good tip is smelling coffee. And another good tip that less people know is smelling yourself. And what it does is kind of reset your nose. It's not like 100% gonna work and all, but still, it's a good thing. You can smell inside of your elbow where you're not gonna have put perfume. I would say if you don't put perfume on yourself when you're gonna try perfume, it's kind of gonna help you also. Number 6, a lot of people say that fragrance don't last long, and good tip that is always said is to put moisturizer because it will help. And the fact is not that it's the moisturizer that helps, is how well hydrated your skin is. If you have dry skin, it will last less longer because your skin is kind of gonna drink, if I can say it like that, the fragrance, and also the alcohol is gonna make your skin a bit drier. And how it works is if your skin need hydration, it will just take whatever it can, because the fragrance is 2 things, is oil and alcohol. And the oil is the stuff that smells, and the alcohol that's the thing that kind of put the all together so you can spray it on yourself. And how it works is basically when your perfume evaporates, people are able to smell the evaporation of your perfume. So if your body kind of drink the perfume, if I can say it like that, it's not going to help you project. So it's not really putting cream and spraying that is going to help you, is staying hydrated. Because if you're having dry skin and you put cream, yeah, it will help, but if you're having well hydrated skin and you're not putting cream before putting the fragrance, it will do a better job than even if you put cream and you're dehydrated. So I would say that technically drinking water would be the best tip to have your fragrance smells stronger and longer on your body. Number 7, and this one you can take it by a grain of salt because I don't have any proof of this anywhere. It's just like in one list I found it, but I think it's interesting. And it says that over 1/3 of men's fragrance are actually worn by women. Fact number 8, and I think it's really important, is your nice little fragrance that you put on a big display, maybe on next to the window, that you can see it, how beautiful the bottle is actually the worst thing you can do for your fragrance. I mean, you can, it's not good. It's not good at all. Light is one of the worst thing, if not the number one worst thing that your fragrance can have, that kills it, that makes it old, and that once when you smell it, it smells often bad. So there's other thing. If it's hot, also is not good. If you shake the bottle usually stays there. It's rare that you won't do it with the bottle, but it's rare that you shake the bottle like that. So for that one, it should be good. But still, leaving it in the sun, it's really bad. So sadly, best way to store your fragrance is actually a drawer where no one can see fragrance and where you just see it from the top like this. Number 9, the biggest thing that affects the perfume smell, longevity, and projection doesn't have any single thing to do with what's inside of that little bottle. It's you, your skin, and you know. Just for the skin, I mean, each people might smell things differently. I know there's DNA stuff that makes some smell different, but your own skin, if you wear a perfume, and the best example of that is the perfume that I don't have near me here. It's Cuir Intense that smells completely different on me and on my wife. And the reason it's skin chemistry. Your skin chemistry will be different from one person to another, but also through the season it will be different. And through the day, your mood will affect it. If you do change in your life, either those change might make an emotional stress or relief on you, might change your body chemistry. If you start eating better, eating worse, more, eating less, doing more exercises, all those kind of stuff, pretty much everything you do in your life will be having an effect on your body chemistry. And you can wear a super nice fragrance, and next year you put it again and you're like, hey, it smells better on me. And that's how it is. The body chemistry is basically half of perfume. Like half of the perfume is the perfume, the other half is your reason why you are wearing perfume and enjoying those nice little perfume is completely weird. It's the fact that in some time in Europe, people enjoyed wearing leather gloves. And those leather gloves were being treated with ammonia, and that ammonia smelled super bad. And because they didn't want it to smell bad, they started to use those little perfumes to put in the glove, and became really popular. And now those perfumes turn out to be something you put in your clothes, on your handkerchief, stuff like that, just a nice little smell, and eventually turn into what you know that you spray on your whole body. And I'm gonna go with 11th fact, and it's about reformulation, and the reason why you put perfume on your body and not on your clothes. It's because of Coco Chanel that created Chanel, that you already know, I hope so. And she said that you should put perfume on your skin, and it does indeed project more when you put it on your skin. And this is probably one of the worst things that happened in perfumery, because since then they found out that a lot of things are super bad for your body, or just a little bit bad for your body, and a lot of things always get stopped from restricted by government or other institution, and people have to reformulate fragrance. Like this fragrance that I'm using as a display and stuff, this fragrance, if you know it, if you enjoyed it in the old time, you'd say that it got reformulated. And the reason it got reformulated is not because they're cheap, they want to pay less. And sometimes it happens, but most of the time it's because there's stuff like oak moss that they say that oak moss is bad for your skin, stop putting this in perfume, and now every perfume has to change and reformulate. This is how reformulation happened. Coco Chanel, that made something that made us have to reformulate fragrance all the time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, well, like and share. I don't think I'm gonna do other video with those kind of facts and stuff like that. I might do like another 5 or something, because there's not like 1,000 facts to talk about, but I hope you really enjoyed this video. For me, it was nice also to do that research and to learn new stuff about fragrance. So, thanks for watching, and see you soon.